Welcome to Sports Talk with the Cowboy.
Welcome, and thanks for riding with the Cowboy. Well, I wish everybody a happy Easter this weekend, celebrating the resurrection and Passover for our Jewish brothers. And we want y'all to go out and enjoy that Easter holiday this weekend. And so first we're going to go on to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers tonight with a breaking news story. Ryan Neal, Seattle Seahawks strong safety, signed by the Buccaneers today, shooting of this show within hours. So we have gotten that strong safety that we were looking at. As you know, we've lost Whitehead a couple years ago when we were looking at strong safety. Neal had left, and we got Ryan Neal from the Seattle Seahawks, and he's a signed, experienced, strong safety to be back there with Antonio Winfield Jr. So it's a big signing by the Bucs because they don't have to go as high in the draft in a few weeks and go for a safety. That was some free agency breaking news we had to share with you here on Sports Talk with the Cowboy. As far as any other news with the Bucs, there hasn't been any great news as far as any other players since the last show that has been signed. As we told you, it's probably going to be moving towards the draft, and this is a chance for these unsigned free agent NFL players to get on a team, and they better get on it now because in about a week and a half that focus is going to be directly at the draft, and you're going to try to fill the holes as a team as many as you can with the free agents. But if you don't get them filled, then you're going to go in the draft with that need. So the Bucs went in with a need for a safety, and today's signing gives them an experienced safety. So that's great news for us as the Bucs because now we can concentrate on other things. Personally, I believe we'll go defensive line or offensive line in that first round. I hope Jason Light stays in the first round, doesn't try to trade back and get more picks, and he's going to say we need more players, and I understand what he says, but we got to get some players that are impactful on this team that can contribute, not like some of the players we have in Logan Hall and Joe Try and Sharinka and these other players that are starting high draft picks that have not materialized into any players. And like Logan Hall, we traded back for and got him at the first pick of the second round last year. And we got Logan Hall. What did we get? Same way with Joe Tryon. We need to get up higher. And Jason Light, I hope he moves to 10 and gets us a tackle. There's 4 or 5 good tackles out there, and put one out there at left tackle for Donovan Smith. And then maybe in the second round get a lineman. But we need to address those needs, and we need to address safety. But we got that with a free agent today, I think. So that's the breaking news over at One Buck Place. That's what's happened today in the free agents, and it was a great day to happen because it was a day that we were here on the air. No news on Lamar Jackson. He's still afloat out there looking for a team that would take a $133 million contract. No takers. So that's not really good in his behalf. No news on Aaron Rodgers, though we believe it'll be settled at the draft when Green Bay gets their compensation and a few extra picks, and it'll all be daisies. Aaron Rodgers is going to play for the Jets next year. You heard it here first. Okay, now we're going to move on now to baseball with the Tampa Bay Rays. We were on there last week when opening day was the next day. We won the opening game, and we haven't lost since. We're 6-0. We've got the best record in Major League Baseball, the Tampa Bay Rays. It's only after 6 games. I know it's a 162-game schedule, but for right now, we've got the best record in baseball. And congratulations to the Tampa Bay Rays for sweeping the Detroit Tigers and sweeping the Washington Nationals. This weekend, they're going to have the Oakland A's in Tropicana Field in St. Petersburg, and then they're followed up that by Boston Red Sox, and we sure hope we can continue to win. But McClanahan, Efren, Springs, Rasmussen are starting rotation, and the Tampa Bay Rays is a World Series winning pitching combination. We have that good a team. I was watching myself MlB the other day, and they ranked the 3 best pitching rotations in all of baseball from the start of the season until today. And they didn't have the Rays there. So that just goes to show you some of this corporate sportscasting without any common sense, with a team that's got the only undefeated record, and their pitchers have all won a game. How wouldn't they be in the top 3? Okay, the Rays are a top 3 pitching staff. If they can keep them together and go into the playoffs with them and go into the playoffs with this team in the health that they are today, they could win a World Series. That's how good the Rays are. Their bats woke up. DeFranco was there, he woke up. Rosarina was there. We had Rayleigh. We needed a left-handed bat. We went down to Durham to our AAA club, brought up Luke Rayleigh. We hoped in spring training, he hit 5 home runs. We said, man, if he could just translate that into the big leagues, man, we'd have a hitter. He's already hit 3 home runs, 6 games in. Luke Rayleigh, another big stick. We needed the sticks and the pitching. We got both of them together. That's why we're 6-0. Go Rays. Continue this winning streak. All Ray fans should be happy and pleased with where we are and what it looks like. We just got to keep everybody healthy. It's a long ride. I'm not going to get too excited, but we can share a little bit of optimism being the only undefeated team in all of Major League Baseball. So congratulations to the Rays. We'll keep you posted on this A series coming up this weekend. And now we're going to the Tampa Bay Lightning, which are now preparing for the playoffs. They secured their playoff berth Saturday, a week ago, Saturday night. They're playing the last 4 games. They're trying to get it some coordination on. I'm sure they're working on some things that they were going to use in the playoffs, and this is good. We don't need to rest anybody. We just need to kind of get everybody continued on the same offensive strategy with good defense when we go into that first round after the Lord Stanley's Cup, and that will be probably against the Toronto Maple Leafs, which was who we played last year and the year before last. But that's who we usually go into in that first round. And we'll see how we do, but we got to get in there with everybody healthy and everybody on the same page. And these games can give them a little bit of that extra practice against an NHL team. So I hope that they score and no one gets injured. And we're ready to go in there against, we think, the Maple Leafs. We'll just have to see how the other teams go. Where would be the 3rd seed in our conference? And number 1 seed, of course, would be the Boston Bruins. But we'll keep you posted on the Tampa Bay Lightning as they continue to get ready for the playoffs. But they're in it. And you'll hear it here with Sports Talk with the Cowboy. Be the Thunder for our Lightning. And now we're going to go to our questions tonight. And the first question is from Peggy. And Peggy wanted to know what I thought about Todd Bowles and Jason Light in his free agency period this year. And Peggy, I think they've done a tremendous job. They've done a tremendous job. That they were $55 million in the red and the negative, and they got rid of $55 million to the plus and went out and got these players. And they went out and got another player today, a safety from another team, and that shows that they have done a tremendous job. Todd Bowles, Jason Light, the Glaziers, they said they had a plan when Tom Brady left. They had a plan, and this is the plan, and they've executed it. And I think Baker Mayfield and some of the additions they've made this year will not be Tom Brady, but will show you a competitive team that could win their division, and we'll just see how it rolls. Thank you for your question. God bless you, Peggy. The next question is from Dave, and Dave wanted to know what I thought of Randy Arozarena of the Tampa Bay Rays. And I think Randy Arozarena is a great player, and he's a great inspirational player. And he's out there in the left field, and everyone loves to have him around. He's hitting well. He brings that spark. He brings that dog to the fight, so to speak. He's got that swagger, and that's what you need to win the World Series. You need some players with swagger, and this Ray team's coming out with swagger. And Randy Arozarena has been using that bat and that glove. He robbed a couple home runs in these last 6 games from on the other side of the fence, and then he's getting up at the plate with a stick and making the hits that count to win games, and he's a great player and he's doing a great job. Thank you for your question. God bless you. And the last question tonight is from Tim, and Tim wanted to know again what I had heard about the Rays, Tampa Bay Rays new stadium. And Tim, I don't know anything new of what I've already heard, but I've heard the finances that is in place by the Heinz Corporation and Heinz Company that builds stadiums with the city of St. Petersburg, and the design is already there. And Stu Sternberg has been given this proposal, and I believe myself that if they get to the playoffs next year, they'll announce a new stadium deal. And I think that deal will be with St. Petersburg. And it'll be with that Heinz group that's built other stadiums, because here's the key with Tampa. They have the money. We're talking over $1 billion. They have the $1 billion. And that makes a difference. I know Tampa, Tim would like to have the team down in Ybor City, and it'd be better in Tampa. It's not going to be in Tampa, I don't think, Tim. But we'll keep you posted, and we'll keep an eye on what goes on. But I think they're going to have to do it this year, Tim, because, listen, 2027, the lease is up. It's 2023. It takes a minute to build a stadium. God bless you, Kim. Thank you for your question. And now I'm going to go on to, I got to speak a little bit about the Masters before we go to the questions. And the Masters is this weekend in Augusta, Georgia. And my golfer, Corey Connors, won the the Texas Open, the Valero, for the second time in his career. And he's been given an invite to the Masters. The Masters par 3 was today, first round tomorrow, final round Easter Day. So everybody tune into the Masters. It's the greatest golf tournament on earth, and you'll be able to see the greatest players on earth play at the greatest course on earth in the greatest tournament. So I just had to throw that out on the Masters. What do you got for me, DJX?
Well, Cowboy, you know what it is. Let's get right off into it, buddy. Patriots interested in blue chip running back. What's your thoughts?
I think they could use a blue chip running back because it would give a spark to Mac Jones, and he wouldn't have to just concentrate on this nickel, little short pass, little short run, kind of a drab offense. A good running back, blue chip, would move that ball in a number of ways, and there's some in the draft.
Yeah, somebody can get that.
Jane Robinson of Texas, he's a great player.
At what point should the Steelers address certain positions in the NFL draft?
They should address the linebacker position like we talked about last week on this program. They need to get some stability at their linebacker core.
Yeah.
They've got a pass rusher in Watt, but they need some linebacking stability because he is the coach of the defense. Right. Either I go to cover the receiver or I go to the guy coming out of the backfield, one of the two. I'm the main guy. I go either way, wherever I'm needed. Okay, and I've got to be able to do both of them great.
Right.
Not just good, great. So they need to address that linebacker core. I think they got the quarterbacks. They could use a receiver. All of us good. They got a good running back out of Alabama, #1 pick here a few years ago. Good running back. I think a receiver, but a linebacker.
I can agree with that. All right. Bengals set meetings with Cameron Brown, Xavier Valade. What's your thought?
They're setting meetings with them so that they can go over them before the draft and speak with them and find out who they are as people, because they're investing millions of dollars in these people. So they're going to have them come in, sit down with them, eat, talk with them, get to know them. It's gotten to that big of a money. They just don't want somebody to play and he's a butthead. Which they
pre-screening.
They pre-screen them and they get the butthead anyhow. But they can hope that they at least know them. They hadn't drafted them yet, so they're going to come in with the best face they can put on it because they are not really drafted by that team yet. But they sure would like to make a good impression so that in a couple weeks when that draft is, their name gets called. They want that to happen.
So now the draft doing interviews.
Absolutely. And they have been for years, and they do it. They've been doing it with some players that they prospectively would take. They've seen the tape. They've been out on the field.
Potential stars.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go to the board. Well, the board switched up. Let's see. Matt Olson, Bryce Elder lead Braves over Cardinals.
They're good hitters. The Braves are a quality team in the Dodgers elk, the Dodgers, Giants, and Braves, and that elk in the Cardinals of the National League. And they're good players, and that sounds good. And that was a tough team they beat today. Of course, it's still early. We've said it before: 6 games in 162, not many. But the win is a win, and when you win against a good team, you always take it.
All right. Augusta Green Jackets release opening day roster.
The Green Jackets in Augusta, the Masters, the greatest golf tournament in the world. And the Green Jacket, of course, is the symbol of that victory. So they have their champion locker room where all the champions are still named over their place there, so they can come back at any time. Go to the champion locker room. That's one of the perks of being a champion at Augusta. When you walk into the door of the clubhouse, every single champion's portrait is on the wall. If you want it more than once, your face is on the wall more than once. So you're going to the hallowed ground of golf. And the Green Jackets and getting the roster set up with the pairings for tomorrow's opening round. But you got to make the 4 rounds. It'd be the opening round tomorrow, the par 3 today. So that would give the rosters of the tee times of the players that will be competing tomorrow in the tournament.
All right. All right, I'm going to go here. This ain't really a question, more of an announcement, and we're going to leave it off right here. XFL football championship game tickets now on sale for season ticket holders. Public tomorrow.
there you have it. If you're an XFL team for their championship game, tickets go on sale for you. Get out there and support the XFL. They're trying to put on a spring league, as the USFL is. You know, we try to cover sports here, and you know, everything's in its infancy. We here recognize that the USFL and XFL have a little bit of a burden because of the calendar. They're just not in the quote-unquote season of football or season of basketball in that window. And I'm sure their investors and themselves, in their minds, realize this. There's no doubt about it. But we do support them, and XFL has put a good product out this year, and they've been in the home cities of every single team that they've been playing. So you got a chance to go to your home city and watch the championship game. DJX is giving you the information you need to get out there and get your tickets.
All right. That's what I got for you tonight, buddy.
Well, God bless you, DJX.
God bless
and
you.
I want to thank every one of you to watching this show, and all the people that helped put on the show, and the staff here at the studio, and our loved ones that allow us to do the show and put up with the long hours of putting this on for you. And I want to thank them, and I want to wish every one of you a happy Easter. Because, of course, Good Friday is this Friday, and, of course, the Lord is risen on Sunday, Easter, this Sunday. So everybody be safe. Show love in this world. We need it. We don't need meanness and bitterness. There's too much of it. There's too much of being hard. There's too much of being tough. There's a time when you can be a human being, and that time magnified during the holiday time. So let's enjoy this holiday time and take it a little bit further when the holiday's over, and just keep it a holiday every day. Until next show, God bless you. Cowboy out.